Hi guys, and welcome to this week's webinar. I'm doing love and relationships. I already done one webinar, so you can look at that one as well. I did some numerology there as well. I think I want to start with a bit of advice again, from a perspective of working with energy. At the end of last webinar, I added a meditation. That meditation is a creator of all that is meditation. If you connect to the creator of all that is, you will begin getting answers for yourself. Real answers. If you ask to find out the truth about a situation or a person, you will get the truth about it, the situation or the person. Maybe you won't get it straight away, but something will happen and you will get the answer. I have never not get the answer about what I'm meant to be doing. Even in the most difficult situations, I've always found that connecting to the creator, it gives a clear pathway forward. So it also takes away a lot of the stress of having to know everything straight away. Because you can give yourself time to work out things. You're not on your own. And that's another message that I want to give you. You are not alone. You are connected to something much more powerful than yourself that is guiding you and helping you. And the meditation basically helps people allowing this energy to help. So this is the creator of all that is. It's love, non-judgment, no judgment there. It's just there to help you move forward. Now, I also recommend doing intuitive training because that will help you with your connection to the creator. I use these cards here. I'm going to put a link how you can buy them. There's a few different places you can buy these. The reason I like this for intuitive training is that there's so many characters on this. So you can never know or predict even what it's going to be. It's too many characters and they're all very different. So if you can start picking out who these people are, start describing them using your intuition will go through the roof. So the way I do it, I don't look at the cards. I pick one and I scan it and I find out what that card is about. What is the meaning? Who the characters are? What do they look like? If I feel completely stuck and I can't get the answer, I'll do something called the escalator. The escalator is a psychic development technique that I created for it was the Arrows course. And you will basically meet a tarot card. I think it's either on the Arrows course, Master Tarot Meanings, or both. And you will meet a tarot card or a oracle card. It doesn't have to be tarot card. And you will talk to it as if it was a person. So it's basically a meditation that takes you deep into your psychic awareness center in your brain. Or in your mind, maybe it's a better way of saying it. And you also, what I had an exercise doing is that you have one card. I chose tarot cards for this. So one tarot card, you don't look at it. You go down the escalator and you visualize two people in front of you. There can be two people you know or two people that you know of, but maybe you don't know them. And that one tarot card gives one message for one and one message for the other. So you do all this intuitively through meditation. You don't look. You can write down your answers if you want to. If you want to do like a psychic diary or just to follow your own development. When you open your eyes, you see what the answer is and how specific the messages were. You'll be shocked and you begin to trust in your own intuition. That helps. It really helps to develop self-trust, which is really important. Now, the meditation at the end guides you up through all the planes of existence to the creator of all. I recommend that you do every day this connection. And throughout the day, if you feel disconnected, you can connect up. The quickest way of connecting up is basically imagine that you are going up into a pearl iridescent white light. You can imagine this light and there's a creator of all that is connect us. Make me feel your presence. Another way, also, if you feel like that's too quick, you can imagine that you're connecting to a pink color. Just visualize this beautiful pink color that activates compassion. It activates compassion in you. And then this light turns into Creator's white, iridescent, pearly white light. And I do recommend, if you want to do tarot readings, you also work from this energy. It changes the answers a little bit, because now you are higher than the law of synchronicity. So the law of synchronicity is what works with these cards. And isn't it a cool synchronicity? It's a lover's card at the bottom. I just noticed that. And we're doing love and relationship. So law of synchronicity is on a very high plane of laws. And the energy is fixing it. That's why a lot of tarot readers, they just want to fix everybody's problems. Go higher than that plane. You will still be able to work really well with law of synchronicity, but your answers and you're tuning into is Creator. That is the energy of changing. And also no judgment, so things just are. So you're just basically changing it. You don't have to judge, and takes away a lot of the drama. And you are basically changing from the inside to outside, and you have much better results. You are evolving. Okay, let's do a quick connect up to the Creator before we begin. So you can hold your hand here. Imagine wearing golden boots. And these golden boots, they are taking you on a path of wealth, health, and longevity. Happiness and joy, abundance, prosperity. And you have a little hook on top of your head that has a heavenly string attached. And gently you're being pulled up. You're still connected to Earth through your golden boots, but you're also extending up and into the universe. And you're going up higher and higher, through all the different layers above the universe, all the lights above the universe, until you see lights that are of different colors, and there are many different shapes as well. These are the laws, and many healers and seers get all their answers from this place, but we are going to go above this place. And then you connect to the law of compassion, which is a pink color. And you might feel compassion here. Even for those you don't have much compassion for, you will feel compassion for them here. And then this light, this pink light, it changes into a pearly white iridescent light. This is the Creator of all that is. Nothing exists here, just this energy. It's a very high vibration. It's very joyful. It's extremely joyful place. If you feel disconnected still, put your hand here on your heart. Smile into your heart. Smile into your heart. That's your Wi-Fi connection to the Creator. And what a common feeling is peace and joy. And also that what used to be a problem no longer is a problem. People often feel when they're connecting to this light that there is no problems. Nothing really worries them anymore. So with this, I think we get started on the questions. Okay, so I didn't get any date of birth this time, so I'm not going to do numerology. But if you guys want to check the numbers between you and someone that you ask about, go to my website, and on the little, it has a search bar, you click on it and you can type in, and you can type in numerology and go and check out all the life path numbers, and I have written which one is the best match for each. And you can see if you have very challenging life path number. For example, if you're a 5 life path match with a 2 life path, that's quite a challenge. And then you know that's what you need to, you basically just, a challenging life path number is when it's a long-term relationship. It can be, the older we get, the more we really become our life path numbers. So we become a little bit less flexible, and we really feel maybe more that we need to have our needs met. So Then if you're with someone who's completely different to us and who have completely different needs, it can cause a little bit of problems. And also it's in how someone is communicating. So then you can work on how you communicate, so you don't have so much miscommunication in your relationship. But it's also a good tool if you are stuck between two love interests, so that you know which one is the best for you in the numbers at least. So with that, I think I want to start with Alejandra. You want to ask about your marriage. You have had a couple of rocky years. You want to know if you can work on your relationship to have a more balanced and calmer family life, and if this is something that we should still work at or if it's time to let it go. So what I also did is I printed out 6 blocks to love. 6 blocks to love is a spread I use in the soulmate course to find out where someone is blocked. And if you are in a relationship, you have to also look at your partner's blocks, and often it's similar blocks between partners. We do attract partners with very similar beliefs to ourselves often. So I'm going to do you first, Alejandra, and I'm going to also check a seventh block, which is actually a positive block, and some people do have that as well. So, and a positive block is when someone is too independent. And there's nothing wrong with being independent, but some people are too independent and they're not letting anybody in. So I'm going to check for both of you. And let's get started. So Alejandra, I'll ask for you first. So the first block is fear of abandonment. So you got 5 of Pentacles. So I would say that's a fear. You have a fear of abandonment. Fear of rejection. I get Queen of Wands. So you're not afraid of rejection. You're most likely a very attractive person. So you know you're not going to get rejected easily. And you have a outgoing personality, a lovely personality. But you have some fear of abandonment. So once you are in a relationship, as time goes by, you might have a fear of abandonment. You might have more problems as time goes by in a relationship than you do early on, because you are such a charismatic person. You really capture someone. Financial reasons. Sometimes there is a block in financial, and that is if someone is just with someone because they have money, for example, or if they think people only want them because they have money. You get Queen of Pentacles, so I don't think you have that block there. Safety or lack of safety. So this is when there's been a lot of danger around someone, and that they really feel like they're not even safe physically. So you have a bit of safety there, issues with safety because you get the moon. So that can mean that maybe you feel like there is a bit of mind games going on, and that makes you feel not safe. So you're most likely also very sensitive. Maybe you feel like you've gone from a very positive person to a negative person. Maybe you don't even feel like you recognize yourself anymore. Self-love, or in this case it will be a lack of self-love. So I feel like, again, you've been very patient. You've been very patient, and you are a patient person. You want to focus on what is the most important thing. So I think you do have self-love, but I feel like you probably have sacrificed yourself a lot in this relationship. Possible. Now you know that it's possible. So when someone is blocked in possible, basically it means that they don't believe it is possible. Now I think that you believe it is possible. You believe it is possible. You can manifest love quite easily. And you are an independent person as well. But I wouldn't say you're so independent that it is a block. Your block, I feel, is that you probably have felt there's been some mind games in this relationship, and it's taken a huge toll on your self-esteem. And you have sacrificed a lot of who you are in this relationship, and you most likely feel like you have lost yourself a little bit. So let's have a look at your husband. And we can see if your partner has similar beliefs or different beliefs around relationship. And don't get abandonment fears. So that he must feel that you are going to be there. And sometimes when people feel like someone's going to be there no matter what, they show them the worst because they don't feel like they have to even try, kind of thing. Rejection, I get 5 or 1, so there's a little bit fear of rejection, and that has to do with individuality. Maybe he feel like he's being rejected when it comes to his individuality, that maybe he feel like his opinion doesn't matter, or he feel like he has to fight for his individuality. Financial reasons, so I got Knight of Cups, so there is no block there. Safety, 7 of Pentacles, so maybe there is a bit of a lack of feeling safe due to maybe they feel like there's going to run out of maybe a little bit of resources. Often with 7 of Pentacles, it is a bit of fear of running out of money. Self-love, lack of. His major issue is he has no self-love. That's a major block there. He has a lack of self-love, therefore I feel like he's self-sabotaging. He knows it is possible. He's not blocked in possible. And he's not blocked in that he is too independent either. His block is that he hasn't got self-love. He doesn't have self-love, and I feel like you're trying to help him here, but it's taking a toll on you. So this is a major life lesson for him. And this stems from childhood. I feel this is deep. It could be on a soul level even. So he needs to really, that's why I feel like he's so defensive. People that lack self-love, they feel like they need to defend themselves in every area. And it's very hard for them to let go of things because they feel like they don't even exist on some level. So they actually have a massive fear around often endings and death. And they feel they don't even exist. When there is a massive lack of self-love, it is really difficult to be in a relationship with them because they have very little to give at the same time. So what I can only suggest is that for him, he needs to find some way to connect to himself, to his soul, to learn to love himself, and he'd be a completely different person than if he had self-love. All right. Got the North Star. So one thing that could help him is when he feels like he has a place in this world that is his divine plan, part of the divine order, that he's part of something bigger than himself, that he actually has, that he belongs somewhere, that he has friends that are meaningful friendships and soul family, that they are actually more than just the physical, that there is actually something more that connects us, that is spiritual, and that there is a life plan there that is very much a reason to live, And his inner voice is more than just an inner voice. It is also it is part of divinity as well, speaking to us through our inner voice. So he needs to definitely go on some kind of spiritual path to find his place in this world, because I feel like he feels lost and he feels like he has to fight to even feel like he exists. But the life purpose there, because I got that for the relationship, it could be that you have a bit of a shared purpose, and that could lighten things up for you guys. Whether or not to be or stay or leave, that's going to be entirely up to you to make. If it makes you really unhappy, and it takes a massive toll on your heart and your self-esteem and self-love for you as well, you have to think what is going to be best for you in the long run. However, I do think if he can go on a journey and find self-love, find out a way to love himself, then this could be turned around. What are the chances that he will find self-love? So I got Baldur at the bottom, so that means that it needs to be a complete rebirth and a renewal of a person. And I got Odin. So that means that he could actually have a big wake-up call where he needs to access his own power. And he'll have a rebirth here. So it's not too late. I don't think it's too late. It's never too late. When it becomes really, really difficult is when someone doesn't even want to improve, you know, when they don't want to become better. That's when it's a problem. Okay, the next one. So the next one is one that it would be even better if I had the numerology, because it is one that has stated 2 guys who got stuck between 2 love interests. Ended it with 1 because it was trust issues. Eric had his ex-wives in and out of his life, moving in and that kind of thing. And now you wonder if you made the right or the wrong decision. And then Stefan is a new love interest, or he was you're dating both of them, and whether or not you made the right or the wrong decision. Now I'm going to do the blocks of love for you, just to see what was the belief that created this situation for you, Diana. Okay, so at the bottom I got 5 of Pentacles, so that means that this situation could actually have taken a toll on your self-esteem. 3 of Swords in abandonment, that means that you have a fear of abandonment, and that has created a issue with commitment. So that means you could possibly attract in these situations where you are you don't have to make a big commitment because you're afraid of abandonment. Fear of rejection, get the High Priestess, so I wouldn't say you fear of rejection. That means that you're probably a very good communicator, you know how to make a good impression on someone. So you're not really afraid of rejection, but as the relationship becomes more committed, you are afraid of abandonment. Financial reasons, got Ace of Cups, so there's no financial blocks. Safety or lack of safety, got 5 of Swords, so that is a major block there as well. So you could have big issues with safety. That means that someone could have done something really horrible to you, that is some trauma there, or that you witnessed something that has taken a toll on you and you're afraid of abuse. And you almost expect there to be bullying and abuse in a relationship. Self-love, 9 of Swords. This here, the safety issue could have created also a lack of self-love. Possible, King of Wands. When you meet the right person, you know it's possible. You're waiting for the right person, and the right person, you already know in your subconscious who the right person is, and it's the King of Wands personality. Positive block, have you got, so you got Judgment here. So you're probably someone who's very strong on your own. You could be too strong on your own, because this is a leadership card, and it's someone who is very strong. And you also got the High Priestess card. So you're someone who's probably psychic, and you have abilities, some kind of abilities, and you rely on them a lot. But you use, at the moment, you're kind of using it to keep safe, and you're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable. So you need to work on these blocks. So you have fear of abandonment, you feel not safe, so there could have been bullying, abuse, threats being made, even witnessing maybe others going through it as well, and it has led to lack of self-love. So these can be healed. I do recommend that you do the meditation and you ask the Creator to connect you to your soul. You can do a soul healing, ask the Creator to take away trauma from you on a soul level, and that you know how to move forward in life with safety and to create safe relationships. Now let's pull some dice around Eric. Ended up with a bunch of them now this time. Okay. The stubbornness in this situation. So I got 9 of Wands with 4 of Pentacles. So that's a bit of stubbornness there. Stubbornness to let someone in. So he also stubborn. The stubbornness to let someone in, and some of that reason could actually be financial. And for, you did mention that Eric had been married, and people that have been married and divorced often have a block here in financial because they are very protective of their assets. So that could be a block that he has. We get the Magician here with Temperance. So am I getting any you're gonna land on your feet in this situation, and things will be exactly how they were meant to be, because this situation has been a little bit taken out of your hand, and that's why there was so much drama with the ex-wife and all that. It was to make it easy for you to make a decision. There was good communication and you were compatible, I feel. But I think with 9 of Wands, it also forces you to look at your own heartache or your own pain, so you can begin to heal that. So I feel like that is the real reason why you were connected in the first place, to create that scenario where you have to look at some of your old pain, because with 9 it's often old pain. It's stuff that happened a long time ago. So I'm going to pull a card for you in the Norse Gods and Goddesses deck. So Yggdrasil, so this was there to teach you enlightenment, to give you, there was something very important that you needed to learn about you on a soul level. So what I would do if I were you, again, go up to the Creator, do the meditation at the end, and ask the Creator to, that whatever is in the highest and best for you and Eric will be. And that means if you then, let's say that there could be a some kind of resolve, then you will find a way to communicate and you'll get past it. But you have to understand you're also dealing with his blocks, and I want to see if he has a financial block, because he very well could do. So this is Eric I'm asking about now. So I get the Fool at the bottom, so he could feel a little bit out of his depth at the moment. I'm not getting a free block there. I'm not getting a block in abandonment. I don't get a block in rejection. Financial reason, I get Page of Swords. So that means he's very careful now when it comes to finances, and he wants to know everything about a person before he makes a commitment. And Page of Swords is like the natural detective. So he's not going to go into anything new. He's going to protect his assets. And then Safety. So I get Page of Pentacles. So I think he's feeling safe. Self-love, yes, but he does tie his self-love and self-worth into his finances. And I feel like he's very much a kind of a business-oriented person. Possible. So he doesn't have any other blocks than financial. And I think that, and also here is if there's a positive block. So he's almost like he wants to be confused at the moment. It serves him well to be confused, because that's how he can protect his assets. And there's nothing you can do about that. So you did make the right decision. When he gets past his issues, you working on yours, if it's meant to be, it will be. And in the meantime, you can check his numerology. You can even send me the date of birth, and I can do it for you. Or you can go on my website and you can check. It's very easy. You basically, you add up all of your numbers, you reduce it to a 1 digit. That's your life path number, and then you see if you have compatibility there or not. Okay, guys, let's do the next one. People that do numerology love to do relationship questions because it's a really cool tool to use in relationship. It is to look at the life path numbers. Let's see what else is there. So I'm going to definitely be using the block spread a lot today, because for some reason this webinar here is all about the blocks. In my soulmate course, it is also I have all these downloads and command prayers to get past the blocks. But I also recommend that you do a bit of digging around, do a bit of a dig deeper into why the block are there. I do recommend, my background is in Theta healing, but I also use Qigong and I follow Mantak Chia. Mantak Chia really helps because he does energy work. You connect with the Qi and the Qigong and you clear all the energy, the old Qi from your organs. And that makes a huge difference, and it made it a lot easier to connect. So if you are similar to me and you are a very sensitive person and you have a lot of this psychic stuff going on all the time on some level, and you picking up stuff and you find it hard to function, and it got so bad it was hard for me even to go to shopping centers. I would feel very spaced out and overwhelmed. It was hard to be grounded. When it starts affecting you on a daily life, where it's very frustrating. It can be very frustrating. Then take some time out. I have my favorite one is 6 Healing Sounds and Cosmic Smile. They are the two I started with. Now I'm also doing some other Qigong exercises with you start pulling in the Qi through your palm, your crown, your sacrum, and you just add on to you advance through as you become comfortable, and it's all there for free on Mantak Chia's website. You can choose how difficult or how easy you want to begin, and then you increase it as you go. It will help you clear out your stuff. It really works. It works. And doing that with the creator of all that is, it activates everything. So it's super awesome. And the reason why I'm saying this is because for a lot of you guys, you can have very quick breakthroughs. It doesn't have to take you long. What I'm seeing here with your blocks doesn't have to be a long time to clear. It can be cleared very quickly, and you can get answers very quickly. And you can then start manifesting the life that you want. So with the soulmate meditation, you can actually do exactly the same technique and manifest the best job for yourself, your best financial situation, your friendships, geography. I'm asking to bring in that meditation is to bring in a soulmate, but you can say, what is my soulmate best job? What's my soulmate best place to live? The soulmate best house. You activate things that are for your highest and best, that is yours by divine right, and you're bringing it in. So it's really powerful, and you become a co-creator, and that is the key. You are in control, and that's the key. Okay, this one from Kat. You want to know what's causing so much trauma in your family. Your girlfriend and you finally, after 10 years, became engaged. You have a 5.5-year-old daughter, but it feels like you are completely blocked. There's a wall so thick between you, and you're fighting. Are you just holding on to each other, or will you manage to find each other again? You know what? With all of these questions this time, it's all about the 6 blocks to love. And I'm going to ask for both you and her. 6 blocks to love. Once you know it, it's much easier to move past it. Our brain is amazing, and our mind is amazing at letting go of stuff it realizes it's holding on to that it no longer needs. So let's find out what is the block here. So I'm starting with you, Kat. So again, no coincidences here. A lot of these 6 blocks to love questions have 5 of Pentacles in it, one way or the other, and it is lack of self-esteem. For whatever reason, it's taking a toll on your self-esteem. So, abandonment. Kat, you got 5 of Swords, so yes, you do have a fear of abandonment. And again, there's no fear of rejection. You know that you know that you can make a really strong heart connection and you have a lot to give. But as relationship is going through its paces, you are afraid in the long haul, in the long term, that you could end up abandoned. Financial reasons, 2 of Cups, so there's no blocks there. Safety, 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is pretty good card, but it is also leaning a little bit more to the neutral. That maybe you feel like you don't always have a strong foundation, and maybe you feel like you're on quicksand instead of concrete when it comes to stability. That you feel like maybe you don't know where you stand, and maybe things in the past have changed very quickly and unexpectedly. Self-love, you get the Sun, so you have self-love. Possible, 6 of Cups, you know it is possible. And have you got a positive block? 6 of Wands, you are strong, independent. And sometimes you maybe you feel like you'll be better off on your own because you are so strong. And then you don't have to worry about the abandonment issue. The abandonment issue could have been created because of the fighting issue, that you just feel like you can't win. So it could have been something that you didn't really have to begin with, and it materialized in this relationship. So let's have a look at your girlfriend. And also, if you want to have a look at your numerology, it could be a numerology issue. It could also be that you're in very different lives, personal year cycles as well, and you are being pulled in different directions as well. So 9 of Cups, get here. That can indicate, because I have to read with the context that we're actually reading around blocks to love, and when 9 of Cups can be a block to love is that the person is a bit self-absorbed and a little bit selfish. Abandonment, so I get the Fool, so I wouldn't say abandoned is a block. Rejection, I'm not getting a rejection as a block. Financial, I'm not getting financial as a block. Self-love, no. Safety, the Magician, no. Self-love, there's a little bit of lack of self-love there, but it's not a huge block. It's just she could feel very much that there's so many unique, awesome people that she feels maybe a bit competitive, that she wants to stand out more, that kind of thing. Possible, now possible is the deepest block. And if there were more than one block here, if she wanted to clear it, she'd have to start with possible. I'll see if she has a positive block. No, she's also quite... she's someone who I think really wants to be in a relationship, actually. But this possible one, and that could be a genetic belief. It could be in her ancestral line. It could be something that in the group consciousness of where she's living that she's picked up on. Or it could be from childhood, and it could be really deeply embedded in her personality, and even in her soul, that she basically doesn't think relationship is possible. She doesn't believe it's possible to be... and I'm talking about really like letting someone in on it and being soulmates and allowing it to be a deep, soulful relationship. So she doesn't believe it's possible, so then maybe she doesn't put in the most of the effort. Like maybe she just she's resigned to it, that it's not really possible. So she's not relationship focused, maybe even. And maybe she's therefore a little bit more self-absorbed. Like she could be very self-absorbed. So that is something that she needs to work through, that she at least knows it is possible to have deep love. So on some level, she has, for whatever reason, blocked that as even a possibility. And that is why it's hard to make that deepening of your relationship. Let's find out here. Sleipnir here. Sleipnir is... when it comes to relationship, it can actually mean that there will be an increase in status actually. So it could be that there is a you could end up sorting this out, because sometimes this means that there is a getting married, like an increase in status. But sometimes it also means that someone is in a relationship to have increase in status, that the person they're with gives them status. So that could be the biggest motivation between that is the motivation rather than the love. What I think could be a good idea here is for your girlfriend needs to really open her heart. I feel like she really needs to know that it's possible, and she needs to open her heart. If she's willing to do the work, but you can do it as well, you can open again your heart. But I do feel like your issue with abandonment was created in this relationship. I don't think it was there beforehand. So maybe you were a bit shocked to discover that that you actually became scared like that, and you closed off a little bit as a result to self-protect. So both of you can do some meditations around opening your heart. So I recommend Cosmic Smile, Montauk Chia. It's a beautiful one to open the heart, but there are many others. Find one that really resonates with you, and you can do this together. And if your girlfriend is willing to do the work, when she does the meditation, ask the Creator to give her the knowing that true love is possible. And she can also even do a bit of a dig around, why don't I think it's possible? Where does that even come from? And a lot of times when people see that they have something like that, they just say they reject it, and it actually becomes, they automatically reject it, which is good. But if it doesn't automatically just go away, and she wants to hang on to it, she can ask herself, how does it serve me? And if it is to self-protect, for example, then she can say, well, I know how to be safe in a relationship. Creator showed me. So that is how you change. And that is why when you go to the Creator, the energy is not fixing it or healing it even. It is changing it. It gives you back the power. It really does. You can't heal. You can't do healing work on someone who hasn't given you permission. So, but what you can do, you can send someone love from the Creator of all that is. And that is powerful. That is really powerful as well. You don't need permission to send someone love. Some people say you do, but then I say, do you need permission to smile to somebody? When you walk down the streets and you give someone a lovely smile, that's an unconditional love healing. When you show someone a positive attitude, that's an unconditional love healing. When you meet someone with an open heart and you are kind and warm to them, that's an unconditional love healing, and you don't need permission to do that. So it's just that people sometimes make things more complicated than what it has to be. You know what? For all these questions that I got, even if you haven't had your question answered, you can do the same techniques, and you can, as I have shown you now. And you can actually, do this work on yourself. So you can do 6 blocks to love for yourself and your partner. You can see where you're blocked, and you can do the meditation and ask the Creator to take care of it in the highest and best way with grace and ease. To give you positive experiences in love. And I'm going to keep doing these webinars. I really enjoy doing them. If you guys want numerology questions answered as well, just add the numerology there, the date of birth. The next one I'm going to do is going to be on Thursdays. So I want to imagine wearing golden boots. They are magnetic, and they are pulling you gently towards the earth, so that you are grounded at all times. And when you look down, you also see that there's a golden path ahead that leads to abundance, joy, and love, health, wealth, and longevity. And I want you to put your hand on your heart, and I want you to smile into your heart. This will turn on the connection, and you connect with yourself. And you're smiling into your heart, and your heart begins to smile and radiate love and joy. Love and joy. And imagine on top of your head is a heavenly string. It's connected to your crown, and it gently pulls you up towards the sky. You are still grounded to Mother Earth, and at the same time you are being pulled towards the sky, up and up, above the clouds, and into the universe you go, and you feel very safe and very relaxed. And keep smiling into your heart as you are traveling up and up, even above the universe and into the lights. And you travel through many lights until you see a beautiful golden light. This is very bright. And you see your guides and angels. You might even see ascended masters here, religious figures. And you're going to keep traveling up into many different colors and shapes. These are the laws, and they hold many answers. Many healers operate from here, many seers and masters get their answers from this place. But we're going to travel up and beyond even this place. And I want you to imagine going above this place into a bright iridescent white light. Nothing exists here except this light. This is the creator of all that is. It has created everything. And when you are here, you might see the answers to your problems straight away. Creator might take you to different planes to show you different ideas. Creator might show you symbols to give you an answer. Or you may simply feel what the answer is or know it straight away. Creator will communicate with you in a way you can understand. Here you will have an increased awareness of who you are, why things are the way they are, how things are connected. From this energy you can have instantaneous manifestations. If you know what you want, this is a good place to manifest your dreams. If you don't know what you want, you can ask the Creator to bring you what is yours by divine right in the highest and best way with grace and ease that is for your highest and best and aligned with your soul and your life purpose. And also that Creator gives you what will give you joy. And that you can move beyond your own limitations with grace and ease and in the highest and best way. Now I want you to imagine that the Creator is connecting with every cell of your body. The Creator is inside of your cells, and you are gently being purified. And every time you connect to this energy, you become stronger and healthier. And you can ask the Creator to safely and gently open your heart to receive and give more love. In a way that brings you joy. In the highest and best way, with grace and ease. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Now you can come back here to this energy as many times as you like. You can connect up all throughout the day. Simply say, Creator of all that is. And imagine this beautiful bright light connecting with you. Imagine seeing it. Imagine it being a part of you. Use your mind. Your mind is incredibly powerful. You can sit in this light for as long as you like. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes and remember you are still connected. You are still connected to Creator of all that is. You are in a partnership that is going to be very successful and very joyful. And you are being supported. And you are being loved. And you are important. Creator wants you to succeed. Creator wants you to be happy. And you have courage and determination, and you move forward with confidence. It is possible for you to have great love in your life, and you do. And you begin this soulmate journey by loving yourself fully, wholly, and completely. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. And you know how to be in a soulmate relationship that gives you joy, happiness, and abundance. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. And you know how to be happy in a family unit, in the highest and best way, with grace and ease. It is done, it is done, it is done.